The night began with a mistake. Or at least, that's what everyone thought. Eliza never imagined herself sitting in an expensive restaurant, her worn-out dress stitched at the seams, pretending to be her glamorous older sister. The plan was simple. Her sister, Cassandra, had agreed to a blind date with a wealthy man but decided she couldn't be bothered. Go instead, Cassandra had said casually, tossing Eliza the invitation as if it meant nothing. He won't know the difference, and maybe you'll at least get a free meal. Eliza wanted to refuse. She hated lies. But with her family struggling to pay rent and her part-time jobs barely keeping food on the table, she finally agreed, though her hands trembled the whole way there. When Eliza walked in, she immediately spotted him. The man was sitting at a corner table, broad-shouldered, impeccably dressed in a sharp suit, yet with tired eyes that gave him a quiet heaviness. He stood when she arrived, his voice low but firm. Cassandra. Eliza swallowed hard. For a split second, she considered running, but his gaze stopped her in place. She nodded instead, forcing a smile. But as the evening unfolded, she realized this wasn't a typical blind date. His name was Adrian Blackwood, a single dad and CEO of one of the city's most powerful companies. He was polite but direct, observant to the point where she felt exposed. While she tried to hide behind small talk, he asked questions that pierced deeper than she expected. What do you want from life? What do you think success really means? Eliza stumbled through answers, honesty slipping out despite herself. Unlike her sister, who loved to boast, Eliza admitted her struggles, working extra shifts, caring for her younger siblings, feeling invisible. She never meant to reveal so much, but Adrian listened, really listened, as if her words mattered. Halfway through dinner, Eliza tried to confess the truth, that she wasn't the sister he was supposed to meet. But before she could, a soft voice interrupted. A little boy with messy hair came running to their table, hugging Adrian's leg. Daddy. Adrian's entire demeanor softened, and Eliza's heart twisted. This was the single dad everyone whispered about, a man carrying both power and responsibility. The boy's curious eyes turned to her. Are you the lady Daddy's meeting? Eliza froze, guilt clawing at her throat. Adrian rested a protective hand on his son's shoulder and studied her quietly. In that moment, she was certain he knew she wasn't who she claimed. After the date, Eliza tried to slip away, fumbling with her coat. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have come, she whispered, ready to flee from the mess of lies. But Adrian's voice stopped her cold. Don't leave, he said it not with command, but with a strange vulnerability. I've met enough people to know when someone is being themselves. Cassandra would never have spoken the way you did tonight. So tell me, who are you really? Tears stung her eyes as the truth poured out. She wasn't rich, wasn't glamorous, wasn't anyone he was supposed to meet. Just Eliza, the overlooked sister. She braced herself for anger or mockery, but instead Adrian surprised her. He smiled, just faintly. So you're the honest one. That night changed everything. What was meant to be a mistake became the beginning of something unexpected. Adrian started seeking her out, not in lavish ways, but in small moments. He invited her to coffee. He asked her opinion on things no one else dared tell him the truth about. He introduced her to his son, who adored her instantly. But challenges came crashing in like waves. Cassandra was furious when she found out, accusing Eliza of stealing her chance at wealth. You're ruining everything, she spat, her jealousy sharp as knives. On top of that, the press caught wind of Adrian spending time with an unknown woman. Rumors swirled, calling her a gold digger. Eliza, humiliated, tried to pull away. You deserve someone better, she told Adrian. Someone with your world, not someone from mine. Adrian refused to let her go. Better doesn't mean richer or prettier, he said, his voice fierce with conviction. Better means real. And you, Eliza, are the first real thing I've had in years. Still, it wasn't easy. Eliza had to face her family's resentment, her own insecurities, and the harsh spotlight of Adrian's world. She questioned whether love could survive such imbalance. Adrian had to learn how to trust again after being abandoned by his son's mother, and to show Eliza that vulnerability wasn't weakness. Together, they stumbled, fought, reconciled, and grew stronger. The turning point came when Adrian's son fell ill. Eliza stayed by his bedside, reading stories, holding his hand, sacrificing her work shifts without a second thought. Watching her care for his boy, Adrian knew, this wasn't just a chance meeting anymore. This was fate. When the boy recovered, Adrian asked Eliza not to just stay in his life, but to become part of his family. Not because I'm a CEO. Not because I can give you things. But because I can't imagine living without you, he told her. Eliza hesitated, remembering the girl who once felt invisible, who never thought she was enough. But looking into his eyes, and at the boy who clung to her hand, she realized love wasn't about worth measured in money or status. It was about presence, sacrifice, and truth. She said yes, not just to Adrian, but to a new life she once thought impossible. The story of the poor girl who was sent instead of her sister ended not with shame, but with a message: sometimes the mistakes we dread lead us exactly where we belong. Eliza's journey was proof that being real, even when the world expects you to pretend, can open doors you never imagined. And for those who feel unseen, her story whispered a powerful truth: you don't have to be the prettiest, the richest, or the most perfect to be loved. You only have to be you.